Hey YouTube, only 44 people to go before I hit 4,000 subs. I'll do a wee dance. Woo! Yeah, so here's a demonstration on why I never used to like black guitars. You know it's a telecaster though. There's a telecaster on the wall there, so it's that shape. The fact that you can't look at the mirror. Not that I'm a mad egomaniac, look at myself in the mirror, but I'm playing the guitar. Not so much now since I started doing the YouTube videos, but before, you know, you get a new guitar and you're kind of playing it and looking at it and going, oh, this is really great. Now it's like you want to see what the guitar looks like, so you look at the mirror, and when you're wearing a black t-shirt, any nuances in the shape just blend into your t-shirt. Yes, so what we have here is a Fenix Telecaster. I'm not sure these string trees are on the right way round. I think they're meant to be the other way round, but that's the way they were on. No, I decided they weren't because if you turn that round, it kind of encroaches on the logo. Yeah, so Fenix. You look these things up. Something to do with they were making. Is it Fenix by Chang? By Chang. Chang was a young man, probably, who built Fender copies, and they were awful good. And Fender, I think Fender tried to sue them, and then eventually just ended up contracting them to build Squires. So there are Squires by Chang that came out. I think this is maybe a slightly later on one, because this one's got an odd headstock. See, it's got like that sort of German carved thing going on about it. I have actually seen somebody, I think it was just a very small company made like a hybrid Strat Tele, you know, like the Paranormal one where you've got like a Strat body with Telecaster hardware and a Telecaster neck sort of thing. What they did was, see, it's got two layers. It's got like a sort of outside pointy bit and an inside pointy bit. Well, there's definitely one you can get that's got, on the sort of raised bit, it's a Telecaster shape, and on the outside bit, it's a Stratocaster shape. I can't think of it. I think it's called a German carve. I had my first Strat ever, actually. Apart from my first one, it didn't really count. It was a Honor one, but I bought a Fender, a Squire Strat. It was an amazing turquoise looking thing, and all the parts had really yellowed. I bought it in guitar for 90 quid. Thought it was really good. I think it was one of those, because it had those exact same sort of plastic roller string trees. So what Chang did, they built, they were in problems with Fender because their copies were too good. So then they started making Fenders, but at they got done over the headstock, because the headstock's the only bit you can actually patent. You can't. There's too many Telecasters and Strats, so you can kind of get away with just copying them. Headstocks you can't. Whereas there are Fenix that have the proper headstock. I think they're earlier, and then they were making them both at the same time. And being a little bit naughty was Chang. He was making the Fenix at the same time as making the Squire ones. This is all what I think of now. I didn't actually research it. Rumours heard on the internet. And he was making the Fenix ones better than the Squire ones, because I suppose if you think about it, you're selling a guitar for, I don't know, let's just take $100. You're selling a guitar, like you yourself, Mr. Chang, are selling a guitar for $100. You're selling it to Fender. Fender's adding $50 onto it for themselves and then selling it to the shop, so it's actually coming out at $250 by the time it comes out. Whereas if you just sell it yourself directly to the shop, you're selling it for $100, and then the shop's adding their $100, and then it's going $200. So you end up with the sort of same guitar actually just costing more, because it says that's just the way it works. That's why Epiphones and Gibsons tend to be more expensive, because they've got to take a cut because of the advertising and all that stuff. Yeah, so what we've got here is a really nice Telecaster. Is this a one-piece neck? This is a one-piece neck Tele. So we've got a maple fretboard, a very nice maple fretboard. It's one of those ones that's got that sort of glossy thing going on, which is my thing. Decent looking tuners. Not that much interesting to say, but I'm not 100% sure I like these saddles. They're as much as like the ashtray ones, but it's still a Telecaster. So I just reassembled this out a bit. So the pickups aren't original. I don't even know what they are. They were in a box. They might be Axes R Ruz pickups, seeing as the box they came in says Axes R Ruz on it, but that could just be the box he used. Yeah, so wired it up. It's got a new control plate, and the guy never told me it's got a 4-way switch in it, which is one of those ones that people always ask about. Oh, the 4-way switch. Now, I didn't lose research this out. Mr. Whitesnake says they're $40. which is quite expensive for a Switch, especially if you've already got a Switch in there. So it's not the same thing. It's not like it does more than what a 5-way switch does, because a 5-way switch is really a 3-way switch. See my guitar wiring series, which I'm in the process of putting up. So bridge pickup. And then what I would normally refer to as middle position is actually position. So that's position 1, bridge pickup. Position 2, which is both of them on. And then you've got neck pickup. And then 4th position, which is the new one, is the 2 of these in series, so you get a humbucker. So I might stick a wee track in. I'm actually running a wee bit late today, so sorry I'm late, JPAX. I'll stay on later. Middle position, good one for rhythm. Missed the button. Sorry, that's a really bad backing track. I'm not liking that one at all. Sound a bit more. Right, I don't like this twisty lead. It's kind of going over when the button I need to press on the. See, when you try and rush, just in general, things don't tend to work. So I've got to try and go. Try and put my foot in below the curly lead so I get it. So what I normally call middle position, both pickups on. Joyo British Dream pedal, Joyo British sound. Neck pickup. Then the humbucker. That was why I put the distortion on, because the humbucker really does make a difference. what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bass on because I've just fixed up a Jim Deacon bass. But I've done a couple of videos on a Jim Deacon P bass, which are kind of... Well, I've done them. You look up them. There's not really a point of... We're struggling to get a whole video out it, so this is my pal's bass who, on my recommendations, just... I think he's been playing for a year or two. Everyone should have a bass. I'll take your advice about a bass. What kind of bass? Jim Deacon P bass. That was a good choice. I do like a Jim Deacon P bass. Just going to double check this in tune. It's in tune. Yeah, so I'm going to talk more about that before we switch. I'm just going to put a quick bass track on here. So, Alex, your bass is done. The fretboard did a wee bit of adjustment. Trimmed the neck. The reason the tone control didn't work is because the actual capacitor was snapped on it, and the switch cleaner totally sorted the... What's doing? Totally sorted the crackles. So switch cleaner for this particular bass was exactly better because it's possible you would have just taken it into a shop to replace the pots. I would like to think that a good shop would have taken it to bits basically and scooshed the pots with contact cleaner and gone, well, there you go. The problem with that is, in order to get at the pots, you had to, well, maybe not actually on a P bass. You have to take the scratch plate off, which does take 5 minutes, and then get at it, scoosh it, put it back together again. So it's not like a case of just scooshing it. Maybe in a telecaster you get away with that. You probably wouldn't get charged very much for that because then it's only 2 screws. Whereas in this you've got to kind of squeeze it past the strings and stuff. Anyway, so here we go for... Again, obviously playing these in situ is always a good idea, just to make sure that... Not doing well today with this. So rushing and everything's ending up going everything's taking longer. Oh, I just managed to blank the whole thing. I did. Okay, there we go. See, try to just don't rush it doing things. Just being, I think that kind of applies to everything in life. Currently I'm rushing, so I've just blanked that loop I put in. Good enough. Yeah, so Jim Deacon P bass is actually another reason I did this. See if it even had been a different colour. I think I did this pretty much exact bass before, but these are excellent. Jim Deacon, the script logo ones. Tuners are a bit bent because they're always a bit bent, but they work. And it's a P bass. P basses are the best basses. You can quote me on that. They're also dead easy to copy, which kind of fits in a little bit with a little bit like Telecasters as well. They always seem to be awful good. You don't get very many bad P basses and very many bad tellies. You just don't. The same way you do with Strats and Super Strats. Maybe it's more an era thing. Rapido. I never used to like the neck pickup on a telly. What's going on? What was I thinking? Then humbucker. These strings are just neon last night, so sitting there the whole time playing there going, I'm not quite in tune by the whole time. Yeah, so the Fenix Telecaster are fantastic. I do like Fenix guitars. I actually went off Fenix because I had a red jazz bass at some point with a headstock like this, you know, with the sort of carved bit that's not fender shaped. And if you look at the serial number on this, which you can't actually see because of the light just now, but it's the same. It looks the same as the serial number of certain Squires, the ones that are made by them. So the serial, I can't even read it because it's not light enough. E9 1, right? So I thought, in certain things, E9 means 89. Like S9 would be 79. So E9, so like E91 probably makes it 1991, probably. But I went on to, in the very early days of when I was on Facebook anyway, went on to the Fenix fan page thing, you know, just a fan run Facebook page. And I said, I put up a picture of my new red bass going, it's really good, blah, blah, blah. E9, does that mean it's 89? Is that right? And I got abuse for it. I think, not with a headstock like that, you stupid ignorant. You're just like, what? So, and basically the first couple of comments were a couple of arseholes who were like, pure, not like that, it's not. You know, like really badly worded, like pure getting scolded. And I was like, oh, fuck your page. As you do. So, and it's basically, there is a snobbery in it. It's like, pure, oh my God, I can't believe you're so stupid. Get off this page. You think that because it doesn't even have the proper fender shaped headstock. How can it? And you're just like, oh come. I'd literally said, I just got this Fenix bass. I don't really know anything about them. Tell me, does E9 stand for 89? And it was like, so you can see I'm getting a wee bit riled by it. I don't get as annoyed by these things anymore. I've been told this about fender pages and stuff like that as well. Try not to be too, you know, internet arseholes. Like the guitar sites, I remember at the start, there's people go up here, it's me, I'm 16, I've just got my first guitar, it's pure amazing, look, I've got my Squire starter packs, I can't wait to rock, and then there's a bit, you go up here, like it, go up here, oh brilliant, well done man, enjoy playing the guitar, and then you get folk going, stupid buying a Fender, you should just have saved up much more and spent 500 and got a real guitar, and you're just like, just fuck off, you know, there's a reason people don't spend 1,000. It's like you should just have bought a real Les Paul, saved up a bit longer. It's like, I'm 16, I bought a second-hand Epiphone Les Paul for 150 quid. You know, it's like, I don't have $2,500 to buy a Gibson. I don't even know if I'm going to play the guitar. It's like, I've started on your journey, so just be a wee bit less don't be as judgmental on Facebook sites. Yes, so the 4-way switch, right? I quite like this mod, the humbucker thing. It's quite good. So, right, but not for me, because I play a lot of guitars, right? I've got quite a few telecasters, so for me, neck position, middle position, bridge position is the way a telly is. The 3-way switch, try and keep it simple. Had similar thoughts on the 6-way switch. I don't think it's made by the same company, but it's the same idea. You know, it's like, oh, it just looks like a normal Les Paul switch, apart from it's got 6 positions. I think there's actually a telly and a Strat one made by that company that's kind of like, so you've got your 5 positions, and then it's the same thing. It's like another axis with another 5 positions on it. The thing I don't like about this, okay, so the neck position's no longer in the neck position. You've now got a humbucker instead. There's a huge jump in volume when you've got a bit of distortion on between the neck position. So you're playing the neck, but you accidentally put it one too far, and it's significantly louder. It's like a boost thing. Also, that's arguably not a real Telecaster sound, because normal Telecasters don't do that. All it's doing is putting the two of them in CDs and making a big humbucker. So, and $40 for the switch. Citation needed, Mr. Whitesnake said that, so blame him. I would rather have a push-pull pot that did that, or a wee toggle switch, which is, a push-pull pot's about $5, and a toggle switch is like £1. Which means you've got your 3 normal sounds, and then you've got, the super special humbucker sound. Hit the extra switch. I would rather have that, which means you can't accidentally, so you've got a full-on Telecaster and you can ignore the switch. On this one, you kind of can't ignore the switch, because you've got to make sure that you don't slam it into the front position by mistake when you're actually wanting the thin single coily one. It's a personal preference thing. I mean, it is pretty cool. It's actually the first time I've seen one, or I've actually worked on one. It's pretty simple wiring. It's just a 3-way switch with 4 bits on it. But so for me, probably not the 3-way the 4-way switch. I would rather save $35 and put a push-pull on the tone. So you pull it up, that's your humbucker mode, and then you can turn it off, and then you're back into normal mode, as opposed to just having the turbo button in a line. But I think this guitar is actually getting sold. He said he's been. I'm not getting anyone into trouble. He's going to get rid of all his guitars and just keep 1 or 2. I'm not sure. He said, was it a Jet Stratocaster? But this did a wee bit of work on it to get it playing the way it does. But it's really pretty good. I kind of don't think that a Jet Stratocaster can be as good as this. There's as good as you can get a guitar. There's only so good. It's the same thing with your Harley Bettons or any of these things. You can get a tech to work on it and stuff like that, but beyond actually start replacing all the bits, there's as good as you can get it, and I think this is probably better than you can get one of them. I mean, it's just a proper telly. You can see why Fender was annoyed about them. And the neck's made of a lovely, that kind of wood that looks like it's like a cake. Looks like you could just bite into it. It's amazing, because that was how many guitars ago was it I had that turquoise Strat? Probably 300 or 400 guitars have come through my hands since I had that guitar. We're going back probably 10 years or something like that. So, and I kind of recognise, even though it was a Squire, not a Fenix, I kind of recognise the neck somehow, the way it looks. I don't think it's the carve, but the kind of surface, maybe the kind of gloss they use, it kind of reminds me of that already. I was sitting there going, so when I saw the black plastic roller saddles and the neck, it kind of reminds me of it. That was why I bought that guitar in the first place. So yeah, so if this is, if it maybe against my, keep it, take it back, play it for a bit, then decide whether this is the one you keep or not. The output jack thing's been broken at some point, and someone's made this out of aluminium. I would thoroughly accept that. You can buy one that's the proper telly one for, or probably not the telly one. The telly one's like a sort of ashtray stupid thing, but you can get like a Les Paul thing for about, I bought one for a Yamaha Pacifica last week. I think it was £3 delivered. If that really annoys you, but you can't see it when you're playing it. You can only see it when you show someone. So I wouldn't bother with that. I'm quite happy with that. and everything else on it seems real good. This is one of the ones with the telecaster where you have to take the scratch plate up to adjust the height of this pickup, which actually is not that annoying because it's the telly. It's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Is it 7 screws, 6 screws? And you take that out, and then the screws are actually this is mounted onto the body, so it's like pickup, spring, and the screw goes into the body rather than having, like a strap where you've got a screw on either side to adjust it. So you can't really adjust it on the fly the way I did with that P-Bass, because as soon as I picked it up, I remembered last night when I was setting it up, so that pickup's kind of lined like that, so that's why you can just go sort it. So Fenix Telly done. I've got another guitar to do from, so you can't get it back yet. Alex, your P-Bass is done, and it's good bass, great starting point. We're talking about this. This is a kind of a side note to Alex. I remember him. He had an orange 15-watt bass amp that he got with one of his first guitars, and he sold it. And it's like he was saying he wished he hadn't sold that, seeing now he's got a bass. And it's like, yeah, damn, that was annoying. But I would just hold off until you find a bass amp. You can totally play through the guitar amp. It just doesn't sound as good. It sounds much better. So you can, in some ways, it's like that whole getting a not very good guitar first. As your first guitar, you get the Squire. Don't start off with the American Fender because you're not going to know the difference. Whereas you've been messing about, it'll still make a sound. It'll still work fine through like a wee guitar amp, and then just keep looking on Facebook Marketplace and find yourself a 10, 15 watt. I don't think you really get 10 watt bass amp, a 15, 20 watt bass amp. That wee Roland one I've got's amazing, actually. But I don't think you'll be able to get one of them cheap. I was going to say I could maybe give you a shot of it, but I need it now. I need drums from Grover to Jen's. Yeah, so rock on, and I will see you all. So another 40. So I'm 100% sure I'm going to hit before Christmas. I'm going to get my 4K subs, and any ideas of what I can do as a special, apart from doing a wee silly dance that says, "Ooh, I've got 4K subs," and I'll write myself out. I used to have I remember, you get the YouTube plaque for like 100,000 or whatever it is subs. I made one, just drew it on a bit of paper. So I'm going to, for when I hit 1,000, and I think I kind of updated it a few times. I think for 4,000 I might draw a new one that says 4,000 subs and stick it in the wall. Rock on, like and subscribe and all that. Catch you later.